Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, got a video for you that was very interesting. Once again, shout out to Dennis Sperling, aka the Blizzard King, the good brother. Always has very interesting clips on his IG. And this one was really interesting because it displays something that we know, but that the Black community doesn't like to talk about. And I've said this many times before, that young Black girls get taught how to be hoes by the women in their families. Okay. When I say that we're born in the boneyard, I mean that. Everybody's born in the boneyard. If you were born in these Western countries, both the lioness and the lion are born in the boneyard. Okay. The lions are in the boneyard too. And they be having to fight their way out. Just the fight may look a little different than what lionesses have to do in order to get out of the boneyard, but all of us have to fight our way out of it if that's what we're going to do, if we're going to be any better than what we're taught to be. And let me just do a little bit of a precursor before I show you the video, because it has a lot of language in it. I don't know if because the young girl didn't say anything. So she might be a lioness or she might be a hyena in training. We don't know. But regardless of what this young girl is personally, this is actually how this goes for a lioness. All right. This is the stuff that we get taught. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share it. Once again, it's a lot of language in it because grandma cussed like a sailor, but here we go.
You can be sad in another nigga's arm, bruh. Crying over a motherfucking piss ass nigga. I drop his ass and get me 10 more. You can't get niggas. You must be ugly as fuck. That was a motherfucking question. Do you hear me, bitch? See, you ain't none of my granddaughter. Because I have a goddamn nigga pay all my goddamn bills. My rent, my gas, my light, my every goddamn thing. Even pay my goddamn motherfucking car note, bitch. Slow ass. See, I have a goddamn nigga in every codes, bitch. You can be sad.
Now, this is how the girls get talked to. This is how the girls get talked to, especially when there are no men around. When there are no men around, okay, and he can be so much as just at work, which I don't know if grandma might not even be married, but I'm talking in general. In these households, even if the man is there, like living there, whenever he leaves, goes to work, whatever he's doing, okay, the women do the girls like this. See, one misconception that's had is that in this climate of the boneyard, in these family dynamics, just because we talk about how the women eventually end up, how they try to finesse dudes, and the things that men go through in the relationships and growing up, I think the misconception is that the women get treated well when they're girls. No, we don't. And it doesn't matter if we're gonna be hyenas or lionesses. It doesn't matter. All of it is the same training. We all get talked to like that. She called her a B a couple of times. We all get talked to like that. We all get the verbal abuse. We all get the psychological abuse. We get the gaslighting. We get all of that stuff. We get that stuff. And like I said in the comment that I made on the video, this is done. This is the degradation, the humiliation, the gaslighting. All of that is done until either she conforms to the hyena clan or is broken by it. And the thing that I forgot to add is the ostracizing from it. Okay. She's either going to conform and start being like that so that she can try to please the females in her family so that she doesn't have to go through this type of berating all the time, or she's going to let it break her spirit, or if she's going to be a more strong-willed lioness, she's going to be ostracized for not conforming and not being broken by it. Scarred but not broken. It only gets worse. If you are a lioness in this situation, this gets worse as you get older, because they realize you're not really conforming and you're not really breaking either. It may have you down. You may go through something like I went through depression and stuff like that. But at the same time, you still at the end of the day are who you are, and you're not really still not conforming to it. So this type of degrading verbal attacks, sometimes physical attacks, because they are not beyond beating us. Our grandma, you see how she grabbed her up? Grandmas, moms, aunts, not they're not beyond the physical assault. Okay, you will get assaulted by them. They will put their hands on you for real. Like, put their hands on you for real. I'm not talking about a mother spanking their daughter. I'm talking about you 15, 16 years old and she trying to fight you like a chick in the street. That's what I'm talking about. Because you don't conform, because they can see that difference in you and they don't like that. Because that means that you're not really down with the different shenanigans. You're not going to really be a participant. You're there in the environment because you can't help that, because these are your parents. This is where you live. This is where you grew up. But at the same time, you don't really rock with it. So they are totally not beyond physical, verbal, and emotional abuse to you. So I don't want nobody, especially guys, to think that being a hyena is some type of easy road among the hyenas. Even if you're going to end up being a hyena when you're grown, you have to go through humiliation as you grow up. Lionesses get it double, mainly because we never really conform to it. We may do some pleasing to a certain degree, just to keep the beatings down, to keep the berating at a minimum, because you just don't want to hear that and go through that every day, because it is abuse. It is abuse. It's not light. And they want you to do it. They want you to hoe. They want you to hoe. And if you don't do it, like, they get mad. If you have like resistance to being promiscuous and running in and out with dudes, and you know what I'm saying, having guys pay, and you see what kind of advice she giving her. I have 10 dudes, I have them paying this and paying that. Grandma old. That's an old woman right there. That's a woman in her 80s, 70s, 80s talking like this, right? So you know, if she ever had a husband, she had like 2-3 kids that wasn't his under his roof. You know that. And she might be a old hyena that never got married. We don't know. But this is what she's teaching her. Getting mad at that young girl because apparently the young girl is not doing a bunch of promiscuous actions. You can't be a girl around them. You can't have your natural feminine disposition around them. You can't do it. They're the main ones that beat it out of you. They the main ones that beat it out of you. They try to get you as far away from true femininity as they possibly can, make you a hoe, and then ridicule you. The kicker box, the get you gotcha, is once you be a hoe, they ridicule you for that. You ain't nothing but a hoe. All you do is run around with a bunch of babies and this, that, and the third. You get, every time I see you, you got another man. You know, so they gaslight you into it, And then if you manage to fall into the trap of the promiscuity that they teach you to have, and you're a hoe, then they want to look down on you about it. Oh, she a hoe. They'll talk about you. They'll talk about you bad after teaching you this, after teaching it to you, after telling you that that's how you supposed to move as a woman, and you stupid for not moving like that. And if you be stupid enough to do what they say, gullible enough, naive enough, which a lot of girls are because they're younger than her, they teach it to you pre-adolescent. And the younger you are when they start planting that seed, the more susceptible you are to it. And then once you start moving around like a hoe, they talk about you. Talk about you like a dog. Talk about you like a dog. You will be the talk of the women in the family about how much of a hoe you are. And how every time they see you got a different man and this, that, and the third. I promise you they talk about you. They will talk about you. Either way, if you be a lioness, they talk about that. You just won't, what I'm saying, you'll do anything for these men. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on with you? Why come you don't do this? And why come you don't do that? Because I don't want to do that. Why should I jump from man to man? Why should I, what I'm saying, have these babies? Why should I do that? I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, think you too good. Try to shame you about it. It's a crazy game. It's a mind screw that they do with the girls. So I want people to understand this. It gets much worse than what Granny is doing right here. Granny being tamed because she's being filmed. But I promise you they put hands and feet on you. That's what it is to grow up in a hyena clan as a girl. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, Sister Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonite.